This is one of those online situations where the caption does the greatest harm, so hold on. The internet acts as though there is a major scandal once you see a headline about Courtney Thorne and a few photographs being reposted. People use strong language, dispute, pass judgment, and fail to remember the most fundamental fact: a person is not a headline. I'll explain how these articles are meant to influence your emotions, why the reactions become so intense, and what a more intelligent, considerate way to see these stories looks like. So stick with me until the very end. First of all, you should be aware that posts such as these are rarely shared for news. To get attention, they are shared. The approach is straightforward. Compose a caption that expresses your feelings. Attach a really exposing outfit angle and use a well-known name. Too wild. Too far. Don't let your imagination run wild. These statements are not true. They serve as triggers. They force you to respond quickly. Additionally, the page receives comments, shares, and hits when you respond. Since the comment section is typically where things become ugly, let's talk about it now. Some people come to embarrass themselves. Others arrive to defend. Because being unpleasant makes other rude people giggle, some people just show up to be rude. And in the midst of it all is a genuine person who becomes the focus of the opinions of strangers. People speak as though they're judges and have the authority to choose what is allowed. However, no one on the internet owns another person's body or decisions. Additionally, there is a significant distinction between someone voluntarily sharing something and outsiders promoting it in order to gain influence. Photos from a professional shoot are sometimes used. They occasionally originate from public gatherings. Sometimes they are intimate moments that are carelessly captured and shared again. And that's where boundaries are crossed. Because something shouldn't be disseminated negatively. Just because it's out there. Teasing. Captions are used on many pages to give the impression that you weren't meant to see this, which encourages users to click. However, that emotion might be detrimental since it makes the audience believe that chasing private moments is usual. These days, we need to exercise caution because there are a lot of altered and modified photos on the internet. It is possible to alter a photo to make it appear more dramatic than it actually is. To eliminate context, it might be cropped. A fictitious story could be used to repost it. It can even be made to appear different from what it actually was. Additionally, a lot of people stop checking anything once it becomes viral. They simply respond. False stories propagate in this way. Now, why do people become so passionate about disclosing pictures? Because it appeals to a range of feelings, including control, judgment, and curiosity. Some people become angry because they are uncomfortable. To conceal their temptation, some people appear to be mad. There are those who simply adore drama. The reality is that wearing something skimpy is not a moral emergency. Sometimes adults dress boldly. Sometimes adults dress for the beach. Adults occasionally participate in picture shoots. In actual life, none of that is shocking. Only when a caption attempts to make it frightening does it become shocking. The double standard is the most depressing aspect. Men's skin exposure is frequently accepted as normal. It quickly turns into a discussion about class and respect when women do it. Additionally, those who click first and pass judgment the loudest are typically the same individuals. These tales continue to recur because of this. People continue to feed the system, which is why it functions. What then should we do as viewers? We decelerate. Our minds are not controlled by clickbait. We pose straightforward queries. This was posted by who? What does my reaction benefit them? Are they merely making jokes and heating things up, or are they providing actual context? It's usually bait rather than news if it's largely enticing. Additionally, there is one more thing. You can still show someone respect even if you don't like what they're wearing. You are still able to speak like an adult. Cruelty is still avoidable. Because brutality doesn't prove anything. You don't become smarter as a result. It only exacerbates the problems with the internet. These stories aren't truly about the pictures in the end. They focus on the responses. They have to do with how women are viewed as public property. They deal with how your feelings are exploited by the internet to generate revenue. And as soon as you recognize that pattern, you begin to see it everywhere. I want you to share your thoughts with me now. Are people simply more dependent on drama these days, or are these shocking captions becoming more extreme? Please express your opinions in the comments section, like the video, subscribe, and tell a friend who always believes the headline first. If you want to see more films that dissect viral stories in a genuine and courteous manner,